How's it going, everyone? Got a lot to talk about in this video. A pretty notable PlayStation Plus update as a major classic title looks to be headed to the platform, one that I'm actually pretty excited about, and it's going to be pretty cool to see this game as a part of the service. I think this is the type of game we need to see more of in PS Plus Premium to get people to sign up. Outside of that, we have a major free demo available right now that you can check out if you're a fan of JRPGs. Definitely something to check out. And we have an update on sales figures for some Sega titles that released at the end of last year. Sonic Frontiers, as well as Persona 5's re-release that was kind of a meme re-release for PlayStation owners, but nonetheless, we'll talk that at the end of this video. First of all, Siphon Filter Dark Mirror has a trophy set that has went live for PlayStation 4. This is, of course, hinting at a PS Plus Premium and a Classics release, as the February title should be rolled out here very shortly, probably in the next week and a half or so. I believe they'll be announced next Wednesday or next Tuesday, around that time period. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Siphon Filter Dark Mirror, this is actually a game that was incredibly well received and initially was released on the PlayStation Portable back in 2006. Scored an 87 with the PSP release. It ultimately did come to PS2 as well. That version didn't fare as well with a 70 on Metacritic, but generally speaking, this was a game that was incredibly well received. For me, I remember when I got my PSP that Siphon Filter Logan Shadow, which was the follow-up to Dark Mirror, was a game that was promoted everywhere, and I played Logan Shadow and really enjoyed that game that I went back and played Dark Mirror as well. It's been so long that I don't have that great of a recollection of Dark Mirror, but I remember enjoying both Dark Mirror and Logan Shadow that I'm sure like when I go back and jump into it, the nostalgia will definitely hit for me then. Obviously, with the PSP, the big talking point was that shooters weren't ideal to play on the platform given, you know, just the layout of the controls and whatnot, but Logan Shadow and Dark Mirror both turned out pretty well. Logan Shadow actually has an 85 on Metacritic as well, so both games were really strongly received. Hopefully, we get Dark Mirror later this month, and hopefully that leads to the release of Logan Shadow, and these, again, are the types of classics that we really need to see on the service at a consistent basis. I think a lot of people got sold a bag of goods, myself included. Like, I definitely got suckered into signing up for PlayStation Plus Premium thinking that we were going to have this robust catalog of classic titles to get into, because I think that's the reason why the majority of people signed up to the service. PlayStation Now was already a thing. If you wanted to stream PS3 games, that was already an option. A lot of people upgraded their subscription service to Premium because, you know, there was that workaround to stack a bunch of years, and I promoted that, and like a lot of you guys did that, and I kind of feel bad about it because I thought the Classics lineup was going to be way better than it was, but it's been really lackluster. And, you know, I'm talking about, let's get games like Dissidia Final Fantasy on there, let's get games like Resistance Retribution on there, you know, top level PSP games, PS1 games, PS2 games, there's so many games, Legend of Dragoon, let's get that on there. I can go on and on as far as Classics title go, and then if you want to do PS1 and PS2 games, oh my god, there's just so many games you can add, and then ideally one day you would hope that Sony would do something to get PlayStation 3 native backwards compatibility working on the PS5, and then I think that would bolster up the PS Plus subscriptions by such a ridiculous degree, and then a lot of people would check it out. Obviously, don't lock backwards compatibility behind a premium subscription, but, you know, to offer a catalog of PS3 games that would just be downloadable to subscribers, obviously that would be very, very good, but also give me the option to insert my infamous one disc and play that as well. You guys get the idea. It's been something I've been bugging about for quite a while, but at the very least, let's work on that Classics lineup, and a title like Dark Mirror, I feel like, does add quite a lot to the subscription service as a whole. Let's get Logan Shadow. Let's get, I don't even know, Pursuit Force on PlayStation Plus Premium. Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions. There's just so many titles that I could keep bringing up. You know, Crimson Gem Saga, a more niche JRPG. Let's get that on there. I know we won't get Crisis Core on there since Square Enix definitely is going to want to push Reunion, but there's a lot of other games that I'm sure nobody has any intention of remastering or remaking that you can get on the service as well. Alright, moving on from that, yesterday we had a major Nintendo Direct event. While that was centered around Nintendo platforms, obviously the Nintendo Switch, Octopath Traveler 2 does have a prologue demo that's available on all platforms. It's available on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 as well. Remember that you can jump right into Octopath Traveler 2 without playing Octopath Traveler 1, so that is not a big deal at all. The game is a brand new entry in the Octopath Traveler series, the first installment of which was initially released in 2018 and sold over 3 million copies worldwide. It takes the series' HD 2D graphics, a fusion of retro pixel art and 3D CG to even greater heights. In the world of Solistia, 8 new travelers venture forth into an exciting new area. Where will you go? What will you do? Whose tale will you bring to life? Every path is yours to take. Embark on an adventure of all your own. Begin your adventure as one of 8 new travelers, each with their own origins, motivations, and unique skills. The series' HD 2D graphics, a fusion of retro pixel art and 3D CG, have reached even greater heights. The story takes place in Solistia, where diverse cultures thrive from east to west and the industries of the new era flourish. You can sail the seas and explore every corner of a world changes from day to night. Each traveler has a unique set of path actions they can use to battle townspeople, obtain items, take others along in their travels, and more. Where will you go? What will you do? Every path is yours to take. And if you did play the original, familiar mechanics from the original game have been preserved, like the freedom to develop your travelers, jobs, and skills, as well as the break and boost system that made battles so exhilarating. New mechanics have also been added. Octopath Traveler 2's demo is available right now, and the official release will be coming on February 24th. This is one of those games when I keep talking about February's lineup, and as a big JRPG fan, I should be ashamed of myself for not giving this game the due it deserves. But I always talk, Wild Hearts, Atomic Heart, Hogwarts Legacy, etc., etc. Octopath Traveler 2, right up there with those major releases, and another game that is gonna be eating up the wallets in February, and it is the first time Octopath Traveler is hitting PlayStation as well. Would be nice if we get the first game on PlayStation at some point as well. I know it's available on PC and Switch, it's readily available, but would be nice if we got it on PlayStation as well. Lastly, I do want to note Sonic Frontiers, a game that I raved about late last year, and I will continue to rave about, especially as we see more discounts of the game. It has been confirmed by Sega that Sonic Frontiers has sold 2.9 million copies, and Persona 5 Royal's multi-platform version has hit 1.3 million copies. 2.9 million for Sonic Frontiers, I would say that's a super successful number for a franchise that, has a decent level of buzz around it, especially with the success of the movie and whatnot, but it's not like Sonic is at its absolute apex right now. But I think Frontiers was a solid game that did show that the franchise still has a lot of legs to it, and a, kind of an upgrade, a redesigning of the franchise is something that could be really good, and I think everybody agrees that Frontiers set a solid foundation for where Sonic could go in the future, and the game itself is pretty good, and hopefully they do a Frontiers 2, or hopefully they keep the style of game that Sonic Frontiers was and continue to evolve that. Persona 5 Royal, I mean, it was such a meme that we didn't get a straight PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 upgrade, and you had to buy the game again at $60 where it released at. I know it got discounted fairly quickly, but still, it's shipping 1.3 million copies. It's kind of wild, and Persona 5 Royal is one of those games that's just not going to come under fire, unlike a lot of other games that would have done a similar thing, just because Persona 5 is a game that's absolutely revered. It's considered one of, if not to many people, the best JRPG of all time. So I understand it from that standpoint. It was still whack what Sega pulled with this game, and I don't know whose decision it was as far as making the lack of upgrade paths a reality, but, it is what it is, and, good for them for selling that many copies of Persona 5 on top of the original release. But that is going to do it for me. Again, major PlayStation Plus update with Siphon Filter Dark Mirror looking to head its way over as a classic title. Octopath Traveler 2 has a free demo available right now, and Sonic Frontiers does very well at 2.9 million copies shipped. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.